from Roubaix.
Yeah. Well, Roubaix and in general.
Actually, only during the recon of Flanders in E3 sometimes we go on the cobbles, but one from Roubaix only once a year actually.
Yeah. Is it fun to ride on that?
During the race it's fun of course, but on training I don't think, I've said this already before, but I don't think many professionals just go and train on cobbles.
No, it's not that you wake up and then you think, well, today is a good day to train.
No, we try to already try to avoid bad roads, so especially the cobbles is still.
But you are very, one of the best riders in the world on the cobbles. Why is that? What makes you different than the most of the guys?
No idea. I think it's just a bit of a mix between power and just being able to handle a bike well. It gets you far already in a race like this.
Or maybe less one for me. Do you think you hate them less than all the others?
I think there's also a lot of cyclists who really love to ride on the cobbles, especially a race like Roubaix. Like I said, I don't really mind it during the race. Of course, it's super nice and it goes by quick as well. The entry speed is way higher than in training, so the sectors go fast. And you're also in the race between the crowd, so it helps.
Before Tour of Flanders, you put yourself in an underdog role. When it finished, it was right. What do you think about Sunday? Are you again underdog or?
No, not really. I think you have a bit more favorites than in a Tour of Flanders. I mean, I said it before Flanders because if you just look at the previous years that Pogačar was there, it was quite clear he was stronger than the rest. But I think, or at least I hope, in Roubaix it will be a bit of a different story.
I think for sure what we achieved in the past in Roubaix, it's a race that suits us very well. We have a strong team as well, so I think it's a completely different race than a race like Sunday, like Mathieu said. Awesome.
What is the best combination, Pogačar, Vermeers, or from the Philipsen?
I think in Roubaix, maybe we have an ideal scenario just because Jasper is faster in the sprint than Florian is, but I mean, I think everybody saw how strong that Florian was riding already this year, and in Roubaix it's also a race you can go alone actually and try to avoid a situation where you have to chase.
Last year, Pogačar fell during Paris-Roubaix. Is that the kind of luck sometimes you need in the final?
Yeah. Also, material-wise, I think there's a lot more that can happen than in different classic races. So for sure, you need a bit of luck on your side as well. But it's all, you also have it in hand a little bit. I would say you have to try and be not too aggressive on the cobbles and search for good lines as well. So of course, puncture can always be a unlucky moment. Yeah, I was in the wheel, so I remember it. But, he just went super fast, and I think he misjudged the corner a little bit. And I think if that doesn't happen, it would have been very difficult, of course, to get rid of each other. But that's also what the race is about. I think it's very hard to just drop somebody, but it's not impossible.
You didn't panic that you had to change bikes?
No, I didn't really have a problem there. I missed my corner only slightly, so only on the last road sector I had to change bike because of a flat tire, but I had the car already behind me, so I was never really panicking.
Mathieu, we always talk about the cobbles and Paris-Roubaix. We have a race and we decided on the road in the beginning.
Yeah, I think last year the decisive moment was also on the road after the Jour when I first attacked. I think this was already the first bit went to the finish line. So that's the thing about Roubaix. Everybody is always focused on the cobbles, but you also have a lot of normal road with often difficult wind in between, where you can also put an attack.
Mathieu, after the Tour of Flanders, it was suggested that you perhaps shouldn't have worked so closely with Pogačar. What's your view on that?
Well, I don't really have a view on it. I mean, I did what I had to do, and I was in a position to win the race. And of course, I know that it would have been difficult to follow him, but I don't think not riding with him would have changed the outcome of the race, or even would have given me a better chance to win the race. So, I always do what I think is best.
Is it simply your nature to go all along every time?
But there's a difference between pulling all out and doing your turns. I mean, it was obviously him that didn't want Remco back in the front, and I was just in the wheel and doing my thing. I think if I stop riding there, it's also a bit of anti-racing, and we're gonna see each other some more years and some more races as well. So it's better to understand each other, I think.
You have to make a difference with Pogačar in the corners. Launching in the corners of the cobblestones. Launching after every corner, then he told you were better than Pogačar. Agree?
That's what I mean. If you take too much risk, you also have the chance of puncturing, of course. And I think that I already showed he's handling his bikes very well. He's always in position, also in the most hectic races. Also last year he was really doing a good job on the technical sectors as well. So of course, you can always put some pressure on somebody in the corners, but I don't think for me that's a tactic I'm gonna use.
Yes, but after wheel again, is the confidence higher than the last 2-3 years from it?
It's different approach if you already won a nice classic, and I think Roubaix, of course, a race that suits us very well, but also a race where anything can happen. If you wouldn't have won anything and you would go into Roubaix, it's always a bit tricky because you can do a super good race but still have a puncture or some bad luck. Anything can happen on a race like Sunday, and if you go with open mind, it can only be good in the end. And if it's bad luck, then it's bad luck. Thanks for everybody.
The course has been slightly modified from the beginning. Do you think the race can break open even earlier than last season?
Well, it's difficult. Depends on the wind and a lot of different factors, but I think it looks like the previous years as well. They tried to already make the race a bit harder before Arenberg, just to get a bit of a more safe situation over there. So I think some teams will try and do the same.
The classic season is quite intense. What do you both do in between races to relax your time?
For me, normally it's a bit of goal, of course, but I have to say the races are so hard this year that on Monday or Tuesday I don't really feel like going and play. So that's also something that really changed about the racing nowadays. It's very hard to do something. You can do 1 or 2 good trainings maybe between the races, but that's it, because if you look at the energy output you have in the races nowadays, you just need 2 or 3 days to recover and feel ready to train again.
What do you do between races?
Me?
Yeah.
Also rest. I don't lay in my sofa. It's like now in the classics the races come like every 2 or 3 days, Wednesday, Sunday, or whatever. Then there's just not much time to do a lot of house activities or whatever. Because I think try to recover and try to be as good as possible for the next race. That's the most important.
You find the relationship between the two of you and racing, is that how to build on that outside racing in the downtime? The relationship between the two of you?
We spend a lot of time together with the team, so in the training camps and during the races, so of course it's fun with a good relationship as well.
Yeah, I think it's a bit the same also with the teams nowadays. The race is always going on now as well. Tour of Flanders, the race starts at Molenberg, so it's only 150k that the helpers have to control the race, let's say. So you just sacrifice one or two guys to keep the breakaway short, and then the race opens up quite soon, and then it's very difficult for a breakaway to survive. But if there's one race where it's possible to at least get in the final, it is Roubaix, but everybody knows this, and that's also why the fight is always so big to be in the breakaway.
And every year we see speeds getting higher, average speeds. How much does it impact the scenario of the race, and especially in Roubaix? How much does it impact your sensation and your feelings in the race and on the cobbles also?
Yeah, it's crazy that every year they break records, but yeah, it's just, it doesn't, like, so this year we have a record, and then the next year there's even another record, and yeah, I don't know how long it will still continue like that, but yeah, everything gets better, it seems like. So yeah, of course we try to deliver the same output from training and yeah, whatever. It's not that we do specifically different things, but yeah, the speed gets higher apparently, or they race longer. You see it many races, but yeah, I'm curious to see how long this trend will continue.
Is it something you feel when you are on the bike in the race, that it's going faster?
Yeah, you feel the speed is high, but you feel the time in the race is shorter, so we don't race 7 hours anymore on a classic like that. It's just a race of 5 hour 30, 6 hour something.
Yeah, I think it's a bit also like we said, if you already race 1 hour or 2 hours to get in the breakaway, of course the speed is high, and then also the final starts way sooner than it was in the past, so it's normal that the last 100k is faster than it was in the past. So I think it's a bit a combination of this, and of course the bikes and all the equipment are getting faster, also the nutrition changed. So I think it's like a combination of a lot of different things, but yeah, of course it will, in my opinion, yeah, this is a bit the limit. We cannot go faster and faster, otherwise they have to add certain kilometers to get a longer race. So I think this is a bit the limit, to be honest.
Is it better for you that the race is so fast now compared to
yeah, I think for sure it's better for that the races are harder. For me, I like it. So yeah, I think it's also just yeah, a few races, of course. So for me, it's nice to just try and focus on these ones, and I don't mind being really hard from start to finish.
Mathieu, there's the riding with today on the cobbles last year. Did you choose to be king this year? Did you learn anything from last year's edition?
Not really. Yeah, just that he was really good on cobbles as well, but this was already something we knew from the stage in the tour a few years back, where he was also impressive already. So I think, yeah.
Did you have a dream scenario beating Jour on the cobbles or beating him at the sprint in the very
One of the two is okay for me. It doesn't matter, but yeah, for sure it will be difficult for me to drop him, but it will also be difficult the other way around, I guess. So yeah, let's see and hope that just yeah, nobody has bad luck, because that can really influence the race. Of course, in a race like Roubaix, but yeah, I really think there's more riders to watch on Sunday that can also win this. There's no uphill sector where you can really make a difference. Of course, you can go fast on the cobbles, but to really drop another really strong rider, it's of course more difficult on the flat sector than doing it on ground, for example.
If Pogačar hadn't made that mistake last year, do you think he could have dropped him later?
Well, it's always difficult to say. Then I don't think there was a lot of difference between us at this point. So, like I said, I think it would have been difficult to drop each other.
Question for both. What is your favorite cobblestone section in Roubaix?
The last one. Then you know it's over.
I don't have a favorite one actually. The worst is definitely the Bos van Wallès, the Tour de Ironman, is the worst one.
Yes, I agree.
3 more questions.
Mathieu, what are your expectations of Jasper Philipsen on Sunday?
Yeah, I think he showed already a couple of times that it's a race that suits him very well. I think last year he was a bit out of shape because of the crash he had in Lokeren and also crashed here, but he was still in front with Tadej and me, so it shows it's a race that suits him very well. And also for me it's nice, of course, to have somebody like Jasper that can also actually win the race in a sprint. It's easier for me in front as well to play my cards.
You mentioned the season is getting harder. How are you feeling after the middle of the Flanders and this coming Sunday? And is it any different from last year?
No, but the same. I think, the shape of cannot go away in 1 week, of course, but you have to do the right things and try to recover as good as possible. We're going to try to end classic races on a high note for the first part.